the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester. Another beautiful day out there, lower on the humidities and temperatures continuing to climb. It looks as though by the time we finish the day off, once again, we'll be looking at a temperature pretty close to 80, if not a little bit above. We finished yesterday right around 78 degrees here at Radio Center. Some of you looking at a little bit warmer temperatures down in the Flint area and areas to the south. They were 82, 83, and 84 degrees. And of course, central part of the continental United States, very warm there with temperatures all across that central part of the U.S. in the mid to high 80s. And it looks as though all of that is going to continue for the next few days. We've got that upper level high pressure system not really going anywhere. And as a result, it looks as though we're going to have some pretty sunny, dry conditions to take us right up into the weekend. And by the looks of things, if we have any luck at all with moisture, we should pick up a little bit late Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and possibly once again on Monday. But again, the chances of that are not very good right now because that high pressure dome is not really going to be moving very far away at all. Currently, Matthew, what are we looking at temperature-wise?
Currently, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 64 degrees. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 63. Over in Saginaw, here at Radio Center, it's mostly sunny at 70. We have northeast winds at 3 miles per hour, and our pressure is at 30.29, and it's falling.
Those northeast winds are going to continue as we move through the day today. It's going to be a little bit more easterly tonight. And then during the day tomorrow, we'll see a trend toward a southwest breeze, but that is going to be changing in the afternoon tomorrow, where we once again will be looking at a northeast, an east, and a southeast breeze. But all the way through this period, we're not really looking at any precipitation, and we're looking at very calm wind conditions, right around 5, 6, 7 miles per hour, and that's it. 82 for a high today, 51 for a low tonight. Clear skies. Sun will set this evening at 7:44. Rise tomorrow morning at 7:18. Tomorrow, sunshine. There will be a front that will be moving into northern Michigan, but that front is going to be moving right straight east, so it's not going to drop down through the entire state. And even the Upper Peninsula, they are going to be getting a few clouds around, but nothing in the way of precipitation. 82 for a high tomorrow, 56 for a low tomorrow night. Again, a southeast breeze. On Thursday, a little bit more westerly, becoming northerly as we go into the afternoon, but still no chance precipitation. 83 for a high on Thursday, 56 for a low on Thursday night. High pressure over Tennessee is going to continue to dominate the weather on Thursday. Friday, partly cloudy skies. We'll see a few clouds around on Thursday night, but start off with a few clouds on Friday and then mostly sunny, 78 for a high, and then clear skies on Friday night, 52 for a low. Saturday and Sunday, upper 70s both days. Partly cloudy skies on Saturday, a few more clouds around early on Sunday, becoming partly cloudy, and then there will be a chance, as I said, of a widely scattered shower later in the day on Sunday evening. Looking for a low of 62, so very mild on Sunday night. And then moving into Monday, there is still going to be that chance of some showers around once again in the afternoon, 82 for a high. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 29th. Here we're talking the end of September already. Much above average on the temperatures, at or slightly below average as far as the moisture is concerned. Normal high for this time of the year is 74. The average low is 52. Record high in the state is 88. That was set back in 1955. The record low, 36. And that was set in 1964 and tied in 2007. Mild day a year ago today for the 16th. 87 was our high, 55 was our low. We had no precipitation to report. For the month of September, we had a third of an inch. So far for the month of September here, we're looking at 1.06 inches of precipitation. The warmest ever, 16th of September, 1941. The coolest ever, 1959. 50 was our high, 38 was our low. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, today, who do we have?
Coming up next, we have Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Roof Max. Ask Ben How. That's the address. His telephone number is 989-859-6751. Why spend some time talking about him? Well, probably because he's one of the best things I've ever had when it comes to taking care of a roof on my house as well as on my barn. What I did was I gave him a call, 989-859-6751. He came by, took a look at the roof, gave me a free roof assessment, and told me that, quite frankly, there's not much wrong with my roof at all other than a couple of things that he can repair. And he asked me how old the roof was, and it wasn't really that old, a little bit better than 20 years. Well, he just added a few years to the life of that roof because what he did is he applied the Roof Max process, which restores the flexibility and it extends the life of your roof. And it saved me, obviously, thousands of dollars down the road and one big headache. Safe, quick, transferable warranty is available as well. Remember, you maintain your equipment, well, your roof needs maintenance too, and Roof Max will deliver. AskBenHow.com, 989-859-6751, because a little care today is going to save you a whole lot more tomorrow. Along with me, Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons. Abby, good morning. How are you?
Oh, good morning, Terry. Doing well. Nice, sunshiny, no wind day.
And,
a little breeze, not much.
And you got a green board today.
I know. I could almost do a backflip.
There you go. Why is it doing what it's doing, Abby?
There's nothing like super duper out there that's saying, hey, this is why we're going up. Corn did have better expectations on the export than they were expecting on the report yesterday. That it did fall another percentage across the U.S. on the good to excellent down to 67. And there is some expected rainfall over the next few days, not necessarily here, but could cause some harvest delays down where they are already doing it for corn. Soybeans, nothing really too crazy going on there. I know wheat, winter wheat, we're a little bit behind on planting progress. Obviously, again, in this area that hasn't even really begun yet. So just more looking at the whole U.S./world progress going on there.
Yeah, and I took a look and saw that our dented corn is pretty much right on schedule here in Michigan. And as far as the maturity process goes, we're actually a little bit behind where we should be, what the normal average is. And they keep telling me it's probably because of a process of the heat units. We're doing okay, but we're not quite there yet when it comes to maturation with the base 50 growing degrees. We're just shy of 2,400 And as I understand it, you need a few more before the corn really hits that maturity stage.
Yeah, correct. And I think driving around too, you see some corn and as well as soybeans that they look like they're turning. It doesn't look like they're turning on um, full maturity, that they're at that point. It kind of almost looks like more they're just dying from lack of water and the heat itself. So it's kind of not allowing it to hit that full maturity before it decides to shut down.
Yeah, right now, though, they do say here in the state about 86% of the soybeans are in good to excellent condition right now. So I guess maybe
Yeah.
we just need a little bit more heat, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, and that's exactly what we're going to get.
Exactly. So right now on the board, what do you have, Abby?
Right now, new crop corn 364, new crop soybeans 978. If you have any wheat hanging out around from this past year or this summer, it's red wheat 438, white wheat 481. And I do want to mention, don't sleep on next year's marketing right now. Corn is at 405 for 26 harvest, and soybeans is at 1012.
Really?
Yep. So I mean, it's not the $7 and the $14 mark, but compared to what we have been at harvest time, it is a few more pennies. So something to think about. At least kind of have a plan of what you're thinking of planting for next year, and good time to get thinking about that.
Yeah, I guess so. Plan ahead. You got to do it. Fail to
Yep.
plan, you plan to fail.
Yep.
That's the
Correct.
way it works. Abby, you take care. Have a great day, okay?
Thanks. You too, Terry.
You bet. Abby Twilliger over at the Andersons. A little bit more in depth. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer is joining us right now. Doug's report brought to you by Steiner Tractor. You know, they share your enthusiasm for those antique machines that you have out there. They know that you want to keep them running. That's why they do take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts, because they understand how your life and job both stop if that tractor stops running. Tune-up kits, electrical components, carburetors, rebuild kits, manifolds, mufflers, sheet metal, lights, rims, steering wheels. You kind of get the idea. They've got it. 800-234-3280 or go to their website at steinertractor.com. Market report also brought to you by Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts and service, very competitive prices, and they've been doing it for over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or go online at truckspring.com. And don't forget, that service area is open till 11 o'clock Monday through Friday. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
What are we looking at?
So the Fed meeting started today, terminates tomorrow with a quarter point probably guaranteed. So that's knocking the dollar down about 0.5%. Gold hit an all-time high today, cleared 3,700 for a little while. Silver hit a one-year high today, so that was up. I don't know, what did it touch? It got to 43.05 this morning. So that's still alive and well. The S&P hit an all-time high today. The NASDAQ and the NASDAQ Qs, they hit all-time highs today. So I don't know. The Fed has a very good record when the market is at all-time highs or very high, for the market to continue going higher on an interest rate cut. So we'll see if that plays out tomorrow. But so that's all I know. Crude oil is up almost $1 today, so I snuck in under the wire yesterday at 284.5, or 284.9, and I'm pleased with myself. That's all I can say. Here's your numbers. The December corn is 431.25, up 8 cents. March corn is 448.5, up 7.5. The November soybeans 1049.75, up 7. The January soybeans 1069, up 7.25. December wheat is 533.75, up 8.75, and March wheat 551.25, up 8.5. Crude oil is 63.75, up 99 cents. Heating oil is 237.60, up a nickel. Gasoline is 197.55, up 2.4 cents. Natural gas is 333.5, up 3.6 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3757 Canadian. That's down 20 ticks. The dollar buys 146.66 yen, down 74 ticks. The euro's at 118.36. That's getting expensive, up 76 ticks. And the dollar's at 96.85, down 45 ticks. Gold's at 36.8710, down $2.40. Silver's 42.40, down 20 cents. Platinum's 14.1540, down $17.04. Copper's at 463.60, down 2 cents.
All right. You take care, Doug. Have a good one.
Thanks. Yep. You too.
All righty. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, makers of Exceller Meal. They've been doing it since 1991. Exceller Meal is a high bypass soybean meal that's designed to maximize your dairy herd's production. So it might be a good idea to have your nutritionist or your local feed dealer check it out today. Exceller Meal, a product of Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. We'll be right back with more.
Hi, Steve Cook here from Cook Chevrolet Ambassador with a warning that may impact your next vehicle decision. For the last few months, Cook Chevrolet has been advertising fantastic Equinox payments starting as low as $164 a month, and that includes the all-electric Equinox. But the current $7,500 EV tax credit is scheduled to end at the end of September. Payments on the EV Equinox will rise dramatically starting October 1st. And also until the end of September, at Cook Chevrolet, you can still get the unbeatable $195 lease on a brand new 2025 Silverado pickup. Imagine that, a crew cab Chevy pickup, still under $200 a month. Get out to Cook Chevrolet M15 Top of the Hill Ambassador as soon as possible. Equinoxes, including the EV, one last month from $164. Silverado, still only $195.
Payments based on GM employee and family lease. 10,000 miles per year, $2,000 cash down plus tax. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. If you ever wondered how the farm all got its name, well, get a load of this. It can do just about anything. Baling, mixing feed, fertilizing, mowing, chopping, seeding, clearing, irrigating, emergency towing, done that before, digging, cultivating, hitching, furrowing. You kind of get the idea. You even see them in a parade or two. Well, the case farm all tractors range anywhere from 35 to 140 horsepower. So all you got to do is figure out the job that you need to have done. Stop on over to Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, and they'll pair you up with the right sized farm all tractor. You're going to see anything from the value packed compact farm all A all the way up to the deluxe compact farm all C and C series with cabs. Remember, the tractor does it all. So no matter what you're doing, Can Do comes in red, and it's called Farm All. Learn more by stopping by Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. Well, we've heard a lot about the economic situation here of agriculture, and that a lot of folks are not really too happy with a lot of things that are happening, and everybody knows that it's belt tightening time when it comes to working on the farm and trying to get that farm profitable. Well, there are actually two sides to this economic picture, and one of them says that the farm economy is going to increase. With more on that from Michigan Ag Today, here's Eric Pfeiffer.
That data comes from the latest net farm income forecast from USDA's Economic Research Service. However, Barrett Nelson, an economist with Farm Bureau, says it's important to look at the data beyond just the top line numbers.
Net farm income is forecast at $179.8 billion for this year. This is an increase of $52 billion, or about 41% from last year. Most of this increase comes from government payments, which are forecast to be $40.5 billion of that total of $179 billion. This is an increase of about 300% from where it was last year.
Nelson says the report paints a picture of two very different farm economies.
Cash receipts from crop sales are forecast to fall by 2.5% to $236.6 billion, in addition to USDA adjusting February's earlier estimate for crop receipts down by $17 billion. So if this were realized, this would be the lowest since 2007. On the other side of this, receipts for animals and animal products are forecast to increase by 11% to just shy of $300 billion. Most of this is from higher prices for cattle and eggs. This would be record high for this category.
Again, that was Eric Pfeiffer with Michigan Ag Today talking about the farm economy. As far as crop progress is concerned, well, just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on here in Michigan, obviously the dry conditions are first and foremost with a lot of folks involved in agriculture and outdoor activity. Since Monday, we've been able to realize that over 50, almost 60%, actually 60% of the topsoil moisture in the state of Michigan is rated short to very short. And when it comes to subsoil, not much better. We're talking 59% of the subsoil moisture condition is rated short to very short. And we've had a lot of folks comment digging down, whether it's to plant some plants or do some digging out there. They're running into nothing but dry dirt as of right now. Crop progress, we mentioned when we were talking to Abby. Right now, we are looking at about 75% of the corn that's dented here in the state. The average is 74. And corn maturing. As of just a couple of days ago, we were at 15%. The average is 22%. And last September the 14th, we were at 23% of the corn that was matured at this stage of the game. As far as harvested goes, only about 1% of the state has got harvested corn. Soybeans, about 43% are rated average as far as dropping leaves are concerned. As of right now, the soybean harvest has just started in some areas of the state. A year ago, we were about 2% harvested right now. As far as condition of the soybeans go, we mentioned it to Abby, 86% of the beans are rated good to excellent. As far as sugar beets are concerned, the sugar beet harvest is underway. The pre-dig, about 7 to 8% of the beets are in right now. The average at this time of the year is 11. And last year on the 15th of September, we had about 9% of the sugar beets in the pile. When we return, Jerry Samolsky will be joining us.
Farmers, when the job calls for power and versatility, trust New Holland compact tractors. Built tough to handle everything from chores to field work. Easy to operate, rugged and reliable, they're ready to work as hard as you do. And when it comes to support, Ellen's Equipment has you covered with expert service and parts at all 3 locations, McBain, Beale City, and Ithaca. Stop by today and see how a New Holland compact tractor can make your farm run smoother. Ellen's Equipment, where hard work meets hard-working equipment.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Rummel Agency, where they understand the risks that you face as a Michigan farm and an agribusiness owner. They also know that every farm's needs vary like the crops in the field. You're more than just a number. You have a family, you've got goals, you've got dreams for the future and how important these things are to you. Well, they want to get to know you at the Rummel Agency one-on-one so they can help get the right farm insurance protection for you and your family. So give them a call. Let them know you want to talk. Frankenmuth, Saginaw, and Carroll, the Rummel Insurance Agency. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. They've been serving you for, 1983, because serving you is their business. And right now they are your Dairyland seed headquarters. Got some questions about getting field preparation? Going to put some wheat in this fall? Vic Huffer over at Freeland Bean and Grain has got answers to the questions you might have. Freeland Bean and Grain, where serving you is their business. We say good morning to Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, other than water, what should we be doing right now?
You know, Terry, you talked about water in a deep depth of which is so dry in the last segment. And, so we're just going to say everything needs to be watered and needs to be watered deeply, and we'll just move on with that. But, even though we're not getting the rains, we're getting dews every day, and that's a great time. It's one free watering for your new seeding. So seeding lawns is a good time this time of year. And gosh, we should be getting some rain soon, I hope, to help push it along. And so lawn work refurbishing lawns is a good time. Overseeding, not so recommended. Just a blanket overseeding your lawn unless you're getting seed soil contact and you've got big open spots, in which case you should work them up, get soil loose, get the seed on top of that, and then water it in so that the loose soil melts around that grass seed to germinate. But just to go with a spreader over your lawn and overseed, that's just making the seed companies money and you nothing. So make sure if you're going to drop grass seed, you either slit seed it in or you get it into the ground itself. Again, great time of year for that, and those morning dews are wonderful.
Yeah, they sure are. And again, when you're putting that grass seed in, I was able to confiscate 2 of those chicken rakes, I call them. Those things really work good when it comes to getting that seed in the ground.
They work great. They're small. You can get into the small little areas where you have those openings, and it works really well. But again, I think people are reading on the internet and they're talking about overseeding, and a lot of people want to just spread grass seed over the lawn, think it's going to thicken it up. You'd be much better spending money on fertilizer and or water.
Just real quick, Jerry, I know a lot of folks have been thinking about, but because of the dry weather, they haven't gone out and broadleaf sprayed. What do you think?
Broadleaf spraying right now, I think you'd be fine as long as the leaves, the weeds are actively growing and they'll be taking up. And I would encourage people to apply their weed control in the middle of the mowing cycle. So that means you've got as much leaf available to absorb the chemical, and it's there for as much time. So if you mow it all off and then immediately spray, you don't have a lot of leaves. If you spray it and immediately mow it, you mow it all off again. So in the middle of the mowing cycle, it's best to apply your liquid herbicides.
And again, you said liquid. What's your thought as far as granular?
Terry, if you want absorption, liquid is great. If we were to throw a handful of salt on you, I don't know how much it'd stick, but if I took that salt and I mixed it up in water and then threw it on you, a lot more would get into you. So that's the same theory with granular herbicides. You can get a lot better coverage, the absorption's much better, and you get much better control.
Very good. Jerry, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again, okay?
Yes, sir.
Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Legendary Tree Care. You need some tree removal, or how about just plain old trimming? They can do it. No job too big, no job too small. Fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in those big projects. LegendaryTreeCare.com or like them on Facebook. Let's find out what's going on in New York right now. Teresa DeVoe with Baird & Company joining me. Teresa, what's going on?
Good morning. Markets are feeling a little pressure, some pressure this morning, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 117 points at 45,765, 384 million shares traded. NASDAQ down 20 points at 22,328, 616 million shares traded there. Some stocks of local interest include Caterpillar at 436.02, up 8, Deere 469.54, up 43, CMS Energy 70.71, down 87, Dow 24.51, up 34, DuPont 77.02, down 9, Corteva 69.61, down 46, General Motors 58.53, down 42, Trinzio 252, up 12, Walmart 103.69, unchanged, Huntington Bank 17.27, down 36, Independent Bank 31.21, down 38, and AT&T at 29.30, down 33.
You have a good day, Teresa.
You as well.
Thank you. Teresa DeVoe over at Baird & Company. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Ed Raymond's. Quality service and dependability. That does describe a lot of businesses, but there's only one that can say they've been doing it since 1919. One of America's oldest Carhartt, Red Wing, and Stormy Cromer dealers, and now one of the largest independent stores in the Midwest. What about them? Well, one thing is for sure. Ed Raymond's, you can depend on getting what you need at their big store, 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. They're open 7 days. Check them out at edraymond's.com. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios. WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland. WSGW FM, Carlton.